There are two or three aspects to this. The first is generally the conviction rate in India of crimes against women is very low. And it also reflects on the whole system as far as the police is concerned. And very often what we find in many states, the ruling state government, sometimes the central government directly, is intervening not to defend the complainant, the girl or the woman who has been victimized or sexually assaulted, but very often the criminal is defended by those in government. And that is one of the reasons why the conviction rate is so low, generally in India. In every average we find around 77 accused of 100 cases walk free. Well, that's really a shocking thing for any country. Recently what we have seen, and when I say recent, during the lockdown, a lot of the crime was sort of underground and a lot of it was also within the four walls of the home. We know the domestic violence increased. But what we have seen of late, openly, blatantly, is one, the direct involvement of people who are members of the ruling party in crimes against women, and secondly, the shameless defense of the perpetrators of violence against women by top leaders of the BJP. Now look what has happened in Haryana. It's unbelievable. A young woman sports coach was sexually harassed by a minister in the Haryana government. FIR is lodged. He is removed from the post of sports minister, but he continues in cabinet. So what kind of message are you giving? Okay, I won't harass women in this department, but okay, I'm free to do what I want in any other department. Secondly, the chief minister makes the most outrageous statement that rubbishing all the allegations. What does it mean? I mean, are you chief minister for the state, or are you chief minister to protect criminals? Are you the chief minister to protect those who sexually harass women? Is that your job as chief minister? And they've set up some bogus SIT. Can any justice be done in any state where the chief minister is openly defending the accused? I mean, can you imagine even thinking about it? I mean, here in Kerala, a single case of sexual harassment or any type of crime, the chief minister is giving orders and mandating the police to take immediate action. Have you ever heard in the last 7 years, while LDF government is there, any minister, any statement from the chief minister's office defending an accused? It's unthinkable. So this is BJP culture.
In the recent case of a 20-year-old woman being dragged for miles across Delhi, we heard in news reports that a BJP leader was involved. Why is it that the involvement of BJP leaders in such crimes comes to our notice very often nowadays? And also, do you think how does the women's movement in India, what is the reaction of the women's movement in India towards this?
First of all, a BJP leader, a known BJP leader, recognized BJP leader of his locality, was sitting in the car drunk when the car, first of all, hit the girl on the scooter and then dragged her body round and round for 13 kilometers. Her body was completely brutalized. The inhumanity of it this is what a political leader is taught to do. I mean, it is so inhuman apart from everything. You hit somebody, you stop your car and you help a person. That girl would have survived. She didn't die of her injuries when she was thrown off a scooter. She died of injuries inflicted by drunken men in a car, one of them being a leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, have you heard of a single BJP leader condemning the fact that one of their members was involved and taking action against him? No. They want to do a whitewash job. They want to pretend it didn't happen at all with a BJP man. And then, apart from that, Delhi police is under whom? Delhi police is directly under Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Minister of India. I think a lot of people outside Delhi do not know that Delhi police is directly under the central government. The Delhi police has displayed criminal negligence and connivance. They got the information. They claim they reached the spot. But look at the high levels of connivance or incompetence, whatever you call it, that they couldn't trace the car. And that girl was killed. 20-year-old Anjali. Has any action been taken against the police? What is Mr. Amit Shah doing? The question is this: where is the Home Minister? What is the Home Minister doing? What is the message the Home Minister is giving? The Home Minister travels all over India making all kinds of statements to divide people. He has never made a single statement of regret for the fact that in India, every day on an average, 86 women are victims of rape. Where is Mr. Amit Shah in fighting this? Where is Mr. Amit Shah in getting his cops in order? Where is Mr. Amit Shah in getting the conviction rate improved? Where is Mr. Amit Shah in this entire misogyny which is taking place? The girl herself is being blamed, whether it is in Haryana, whether it is in Delhi. So the height of misogyny and sexism under the BJP government has once again been proved by these two recent cases.
You're here in Kerala for the National Conference of the All India Democratic Women's Association. It's being held at a time when not just the women's movement, but all democratic movements pass through a crucial juncture in the face of Hindutva onslaught. What do you think are the main challenges the women's movement faces during this period?
Well, I'm sure the conference is going to discuss that, but I would say there are two areas in which women have been particularly impacted. One is when we talk about women's development or women's advance and women's emancipation, it's very closely linked to her economic status. And now with the very aggressive neoliberal pro-corporate policies being followed by the Modi government, women's economic independence has taken a huge hit, particularly during the pandemic and after. Women's economic status, their right to livelihood, their right to an independent, dignified avenue of employment is absolutely one of the greatest victims of Modi government's policies. And now privatization, so even the fact that the government is the largest employer of women, now with privatization, all that is going. So this is one area of deep concern, because if a woman is economically independent, it's important for her own status. The second, of course, is Hindutva. And I use the word Hindutva deliberately because it is not to be confused with the bhakti or the faith or the belief in religion by crores of women across India. This is a political concept, and this concept comes basically from the understanding that in India, majoritarian rule and majoritarian interpretations of what is religion has to be the core of India, replacing the Constitution of India. And historically, that is what the RSS has believed in. And even today, that is what they are pushing for, so-called Hindutva Rashtra. And that has a very direct impact on women, as you know, because it's really based on a very Manuvadi, upper casteist way of looking at women, stereotyping women, compromising with the caste system, and having a very stereotypical role for women. The ideal Indian woman, you know, produces 100 sons. Anyway, in 2022, the toxic backlash against the huge achievements that women have made in these 75 years is a great concern. And I believe that today, a women's organization like EDWA, women's movements in general, can go forward if they see the linkages between the struggle for women's rights with secularism and democracy. It cannot be isolated from each other. It cannot be compartmentalized. If we start using religion and religious texts instead of the Constitution of India, what happens to Article 14 and 15 of the Constitution of India? Therefore, our equality, constitutionally guaranteed to us, is very much in danger because of the assault of the RSS Hindutva forces. And we have to fight it. We are fighting it. And I'm sure the National Conference will give a call with renewed energy and commitment to take these forces on and to defeat them.
കൂടുതൽ വാർത്തകൾക്കും വാർത്തകളിലെ വസ്തുതകൾക്കും ഈ ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്ത് ഫോളോ ചെയ്യുക.